What's going on, my people? This your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mom. Welcome to the OBF, the network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate it. Listen, man, I said this shit a while ago. I thought when Trump was running last year, or even like the last 2 years before this, it just seemed like a lot of some black people was just okay with selling their soul for whatever reason. I think I always say, yeah, it's about money, or why a lot of these guys, a lot of these black folks, some of these black folks say the shit that they say and shit like that, right? I used to really genuinely think that, right? This ain't about money. This ain't about money anymore. If you see some black people saying disgusting things about their own people, it's because they hate themselves. This is just pure self-hate. This is not nothing that we're like, you grow up in an environment and you see that the environment is fucked up or whatever, how you grow, and you just don't like the shit that's there, right? So you try to do some things about it, right? Like you try to help the best way you can. Nobody's saying because you got a little bit of money, you rich, you're gonna fix everything in the fucking black community. Nobody's saying that. Because the only way to fix a lot of the shit that goes on into our community is for our people to stick together, right? And we do have to shove some Negroes out because they can't be helped. We get that part, right? But it's another thing when you are a hypocrite, right? When you live this false narrative of a life, and then try to talk down to the same people that you despise, but you conduct yourself like them in a way, right? Like you kind of do what they do, right? Like you don't do anything that much different than what they do, other than that you got a little lucky in life, maybe got a little blessed, and you made it, right? That's the only difference. You got a little change in your pocket. You got enough financial money to get yourself out of the hood and move away and do better for you and your family. But these are the same people that talk down about the same people that they actually want to be around, right? And we're going to break this down. Kevin Gates decided to go on another sucker ass nigga podcast with this other chick. I don't know who the fuck she is. Paul Pierce. I guess he got a podcast with this chick or whatever. And he decides to go there and try to act like he's like this real dude. Like, I'm the realest dude. I don't give a fuck about nobody. I don't give a fuck what nobody say about me. Yeah, you do. Because you wouldn't say the shit that you say. The shit that bothers you about even anything that happens in the black community, it shouldn't bother you because you shouldn't care. Even if you think you a different nigga, if some black people doing some fuck shit sometimes, just like you, Kevin Gates, because you's an embarrassment to our people, right? So I actually do care what you say, and I care how you feel about our people. So yes, I care. So this whole notion niggas walk around and pretend I don't care about how people feel, what they think about me, it's a bunch of crock of bullshit. And I'm getting sick of Negroes like this. But anyway, Brandon Tatum decides to jump into this shit because he's another sellout, and he wants to. It's a weird combination. It's almost like he wants to recruit Kevin Gates. But Kevin Gates is so much of a bipolar hypocrite that he don't know where he fits in. And people, listen, we talk about colorism in the community, right? We have colorism. It's bad in our community. I'm not condoning it. I need people to understand, when you see people that's my skin complexion or darker, and we talk about light-skinned niggas, right? Or light-skinned people, light-skinned black people in the community, that they somehow, like, they actually get bullied a little bit more than others, right? My honest, from my experiences in a way, right? Everybody can get bullied, no matter what skin tone we are. But light-skinned motherfuckers get a little hard because they're a little prettier, they light-skinned it, and you know, and they come off as thinking that they better. So motherfuckers pick on them, right? So they gotta actually, if you see like people like Kevin Gates and even Brandon Tatum to a certain extent, they got this self-hate in them because they see I'm just like you, I'm black just like you. And they don't understand colorism, right? They don't really genuinely wonder why that black people even condone this shit in the community, or we do this shit to each other. They don't really genuinely understand where the shit comes from. It comes back from slavery. So I'm not saying the niggas that's doing the colorism is right, but it's a part of us a part of people that do colorism is really real about some light-skinned people. Kevin Gates is one of those light-skinned Negroes that he probably got bullied a lot because of the color of it, the shade of his skin color, right? It's the shade of his blackness. And he had to grow up to try to be like this super tough guy, this super thug. I'm a super thug guy, right? I gotta be the most gangster of gangsters, motherfucker. Now that he made it, now he's just so cold. I'm this real super Muslim dude. Like, nigga, I'm not buying that shit. But anyway, let me shout out all the people in the building. Shout out to my brother Game in the building. What's up, Game? Same to you, bro. Shout out to my brother LT in the building. What up, L? I just need people to really understand this shit. Just listen to the hypocrisy of both of these niggas. And this is why I have the title up there. This is why some black people have some people, this is why some black people hate themselves. Because the Negroes like this. Because they can't get over that you grew up in a fucking environment around number black folks. Let me explain something to you. Because I've been around black people that grew up around number white people. And listen, they get bullied. They get called racial slurs. It's even worse with those type of black people that grow up in an environment around nothing but a bunch of racist ass white people. Need you to understand that. But it's one thing about some of these niggas in the South that they go through both in a way, right? They go through growing up in the black community, you know, feeling a certain type of way, and then they may be going, and then they may go outside the community a little bit and get that same type of hate. But they can't live amongst them white folks, so they come back to the niggas. And so that you grew up in that environment, and so you start to feel this hatred for your people. But that's what's going on. And we're going to break a lot of this shit down. But let's get into this shit, people.
$5, or you have the flexibility in your income to give $200. That's to help one kid. $2,000, obviously that's 10 kids. And so we're going to do a donation like we always do. I got to think of the amount, and then we'll do a match. So whatever I do, if you match it, we'll do something special for you.
This nigga got a summer camp for kids that their parents are in prison, and he call it prison kids. First of all, that don't even sound right. That shit sounds stupid. It sounds ignorant as fuck, and it sounds It's like some shit that I just hearing the name, I wouldn't want to fuck with. But you know, people to each his own, whoever go by this shit. Let me skip past this shit because I don't want to hear this nigga out here scamming people like Trump, trying to get money out of niggas to pay for this bullshit. People, maybe. All right, here we go.
I'm gonna do a donation like we always do. I gotta think of the amount, and then we'll do a match. So whatever I do, if you match it, we'll do something special for you. The last campaign, we had a dinner at the Inns here in Arizona, so we'll have opportunities for that as well. But I just want you guys to know it exists. You see, our goal is 250 kids. Let's make it happen. Kevin Gates is a microcosm to me. I want to like Kevin Gates because some of the things that he do say is profound. Some of the things that he's able to articulate and some of the ways in which he lives his life is good. But the other part is bad. Right? I mean, Kevin Gates say the silly.
Let me say this. Let's stop there. Brandon Tatum. That's human nature. That's human people. Everybody has flaws. Everybody is not perfect. Nobody lives this weird ass Christian lifestyle that you think everybody's supposed to live. Nigga, you ain't even perfect. You trash. To me, Kevin Gates is a victim of his environment, of stupidity. Let's just be real. He's the worst part of the black community to me. Or some of the things that's bad about the black community. He's a part of that. That's why he's so fucking stupid and ignorant as fuck. Okay? Brandon Tatum, you know better. And even if you don't, you shouldn't be speaking on these issues. But Brandon Tatum, the whole point is, no one's perfect. Everybody, listen, your good has to outweigh your bad. Now, sometimes your bad could fuck up all the good shit that you did. That happens. That's just life. That's reality. That's what real reality looks like. Not this make-believe Christianity bullshit that you're trying to spread out here to the world that like, oh, if you just be religious and you live by this, you're going to go to heaven. You don't know that. Nobody knows where people go after they die. Can anybody raise their hand and say for 100%, you can even give me 50%. Tell me if you 50% that you know your loved ones or anybody that you know that died is you know where they're going. You know where their soul went. Genuinely be honest. I guarantee you nobody can say that. And if they does say that, you need to put them bitches in a loony bin. They need to be checked into a 24-hour crazy place. They cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So, like, my point is, this whole notion, this nigga talking about, oh, well, Kevin Gates, he does a lot of profound shit. I like that he says, but then he does all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let him finish.
His nastiest stuff on stage. I mean, he's doing all kinds of stuff. He married a Muslim. He got 2 wives. He has great potential in my opinion.
Listen, first of all, you see how he's trying to read. He got great potential to be what? To be what? See, this is why Brandon Tatum is so disingenuous. Dude, you are supposed to be a Christian. You don't supposed to judge anybody because of their religion. You even judging his religion. You don't supposed to do that as a Christian. That's why you're never, to me, it's never considered a real religious person. You trash, bro. I wouldn't take no advice from Brandon Tatum. He's a hypocrite himself. Listen, when I talk about Brandon Tatum or any of these coon ass niggas, I ain't judging you. I'm just speaking of what the fuck you said out your mouth. Listen, ain't no judgment over here. I really, listen, at the end of the day, I ain't God. So I don't get to judge your fucking life or how you choose to live your life. But what I won't allow is that you lie. And I won't allow you to try to mislead people of nonsense bullshit. That's what I won't do. But I'm not here to judge Brandon Tatum or Kevin Gates or Candace Owens or any of them coons. You do you. What Will Smith said, keep black people name out your motherfucking mouth. You hate us so much, but you keep our name in your mouth. That's my issue. I don't give a fuck about you cooning and buck dancing. That's you. Ain't no judgment over. I don't give a fuck. I'm just sick of the nonsense. These niggas just be lying. Like, you judge everybody else. Nigga, judge yourself. You ain't clean, nigga. Ain't nothing squeaky clean about Brandon Tatum. And I'm not here to defend Kevin Gates either. I'm just saying, like, who you to judge that man? You voted for a 34 convicted felon, nigga. You support a motherfucker that is accused of raping women. You out here judging other niggas, but you with a dude that's right now committing crimes and have recently committed crimes. You don't judge him, you actually back him. You actually talk about how great he is. Get the fuck out of here. Who are you to judge? You back felons. How the fuck you gonna get mad at Kevin Gates because he's on stage saying the most nastiest shit? Don't Trump do? Like the level of hypocrisy and hypocrites, like these people are fucking crazy. Like they lower their standards for people that we supposed to have higher standards for, but the motherfuckers like a Kevin Gates. Somehow we supposed to have this high expectation of who he's supposed to be. This nigga's a rapper. I have no high expectations for him. Listen, people, you have never heard anybody say anything about Kevin Gates doing anything good in the community. Nobody has ever heard about that shit. And even if they did, it's not known. Nobody really knows. Because we don't know what the fuck he does in the community. So my expectations for him is whatever. Listen, if you could talk, I put it this way. If you do shit in the community and you talk about more of the positive shit that you're trying to do in the community to uplift the fucking community, you got a right to then criticize that motherfucker as well. But if you ain't doing nowhere compared to helping the community, literally, you can't criticize the fucking community. You don't do nothing to help it. How you going to criticize something that you don't want to help and you don't help? But mind you, they Christians though. These are Muslim. They get the fuck out of here. Listen, these dudes are unbelievable with their hypocrisy, but let's move on.
However, I had to throw the disclaimer out there. Somebody look him up and be like, Brandon endorsed him. Some things I don't like about Kevin Gates. But this right here, which is his superpower, is keeping it 100.
No, nigga. This is your superpower. This is why you get away with the coonery that you get away with the white folks. You take one token Negro or a Negro saying some shit that actually lines up with the hypocrisy and the self-hate that you do about your own people, and you use it and put it to white people. See, I'm not the only nigga that think this way. No, that's your superpower, bro. Let me explain something to you very, very clearly, too. Kevin Gates is very irrelevant when it comes to the black community. We don't give a fuck about him like that. That he's been an embarrassment. You know, when he was an embarrassment, I was like, I can't fuck with this nigga like that. This nigga talking about he fucked his cousin, knew it was his cousin, found out that it was his cousin, but he was in love with his cousin, so he kept fucking her. What the fucking incest bullshit go? What the fuck? Right there, I was like, this nigga is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This nigga can't, come on, man. Boy, listen, man. Nobody takes Kevin Gates serious, man. Only the niggas that interview this goofy ass nigga for some reason. I don't even think they take him serious. This shit is all entertainment to me. But it's fucked up that the shit that he says out his mouth, that's an embarrassment to me. I'm embarrassed by it. Because he's black and he should know better, but I guess he doesn't. Or whatever. He does or he doesn't. It really doesn't matter to me. Either way, it's embarrassing to me. But let's move on.
And not caring about what people say about him or think about him. And here's an example. Because y'all, I don't want everybody to think Brandon Tatum is the only one that think like that. I'm just saying, like, people be caring about being liked.
Time out. First of all, nigga, you don't white people be telling you that. Your audience is white, is a white base. It ain't a whole bunch of niggas fucking with you, Brandon Tatum. So listen, come on, stop, bro. Stop with the nonsense shit. You don't hang around black people like that, nigga. You want to be in black circles because you get paid to want to be in black people's circles to spill that white supremacy anti-black shit. That's why you see the Candace Owens and the Brandon Tatums always want to sit down with black folks and debate because they get paid to do that. It's not they're not there genuinely. It's all nonsense shit. They get paid to try to get in black spaces so they can so the white supremacists can have a voice. See, we got a nigga over there in the black space saying this shit. That's all that is. Where the black people over there don't respect you. We don't respect you, Brandon Tatum. Like, stop. A lot of black people, we do not respect you or like you, nigga. It just is what it is. But you can continue to keep trying to fight to get in them spaces. Let's move on, y'all. Let me go back a little bit.
But it's bad. Right? I mean, Kevin Gates say the silliest, nastiest stuff on stage. I mean, he doing all kinds of stuff. He married a Muslim. He got 2 wives. He has very great potential, in my opinion. However, I had to throw the disclaimer out there. Somebody look him up and be like, Brandon endorsed him. Some things I don't like about Kevin Gates. But this right here, which is his superpower, is keeping it 100 and not caring about what people say about him or think about him. And here's an example. Because y'all, I don't want everybody to think Brandon Tatum is the only one that think like that. I'm just saying, like, people be caring about being liked. I don't give a who don't like me. Like when they talk to Black Lives Matter, I say, man.
First of all, he a liar. He a liar because he wouldn't even be speaking about this when he get ready to talk about Black Lives Matter. He wouldn't even be speaking about it. If you don't care what somebody thinks about you, you wouldn't respond to them. So you do care what people think about you. I'm sick of people saying that shit. They don't care what people think about. Listen, you can say, not all the time I give a fuck about what people think. That's a respectful thing to say. Like, I can respect that. But this whole notion niggas keep walk. It's like niggas saying they hate people and shit like that. Yo, come on, man. The fuck out of here. You can't, if you hate somebody, then why the fuck? Listen, people, if you hate people, you can't love. You can't love nobody. It ain't a person in this world I hate. I can't hate nobody, because if I hate people, then I can't love people. If that makes sense to anybody, let me know. Because you can't hate somebody and then still say you love somebody. I can dislike people. I cannot like a motherfucker. I can have a disdain for a motherfucker, but hate is a strong word. And it goes back to what I'm saying about this goddamn word, this saying, motherfuckers keep saying, I don't care what people think about me. That's a fucking lie. You do care, because you wouldn't respond. You wouldn't even feel like you have to respond to shit that people say about you. If you don't care what somebody thinks, or you don't care what nobody thinks about you, that's a fucking lie. So oxymoron, nigga. I don't understand why people don't. No, man. But listen. But I got a real motherfucker. Oh, Kenny IQ low. Okay, cool. I guess my IQ is very low then. You don't care. You don't care what people think, but you keep you'll respond to motherfuckers that say stuff about you. Okay, let's move on.
I don't really care for like that. I don't care to be wrong, because there's always some. Well, I'm gonna go back to the black community. Hey, good luck. Good luck. Why you ain't done now? Because you don't want that kind of pressure that's gonna get applied. Right. Man. Because we killed each other all day.
Time out. The niggas all over the place, right? First of all, I want to say this on real shit. It's one thing about speaking about the community. It's another thing that hates on the group because they doing a certain part of something that's trying to protect and help the community, right? It's not an organization that focus on all these other different things, maybe, right? You have different black organizations that may not get the publicity that a Black Lives Matter gets, right? But they in the community and they're trying to stop the violence. They do. It happened in Baltimore. They killed a black dude that was here. That was a black activist here in Baltimore. Killed the dude. I don't know exactly how far that shit went or what he have done. Because like I said, sometimes you could do too much dirt in the streets. And shit can, you get what I mean? Right? Because everybody in the hood ain't right in the head. Like, you get what I mean? But they have organizations do be in the community where they want to that put like a ceasefire down for 24 hours or a whole weekend of no violence in the community. That happens. Okay? Like, so now they may not get a lot of the publicity of the Black Lives Matter movements or something like that, but they're there. But I don't hear Kevin Gates or any of these coon ass niggas talk about those organizations either. You just go at the one that's popping, that you find little things that you don't like about it. It's a lot of organizations you can look at that's community based and nitpick it. What the fuck? Listen, I stopped fucking with the Black Lives Matter movement when them transgenders came out and said what they said. That's when I stopped fucking with it. But at the end of the day, it was a movement and it did kind of unify our people in a way. But it always takes some niggas to fuck it up. Not all niggas, but some niggas will fuck it up. And them transgender motherfuckers fucked it up. But I told you a lot of that comes from self-hate. You have to self-hate yourself to fuck up another movement like that. When you come out, you see the movement got big and it went somewhere else and say, well, it really started off about transgender violence. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You rode the wave for a long time of this shit was doing what it was doing, but then all of a sudden the wave started to slow down. Then you wanted to make that bitch crash and burn. See, I don't respect that shit, and that's the reason I stopped fucking with Black Lives Matter. It had nothing to do with nothing else. That was the only reason I stopped fucking with it. I said these motherfuckers, they intentionally is destroying a fucking movement because they're not getting the publicity that they thought that they was going to get when they started the movement. And Black Lives Matter, that shit is kind of universal for all black people in a way. It's not about, if you wanted to make some shit, black transgenders matters or some shit, you should have just went transgender on that bitch. But it said Black Lives Matter. So that means transgenders, whoever. Listen, I just stopped fucking with the Black Lives Movement because the shit started getting confusing to me. Oh, what this shit is really about. You had too many hands in the shit. Trying to push all these different movements, but not being, and I have a problem with pushing all these different movements, but explain, like the movement, all the movements got to come together. And of course, what happened? Just like some black people do, they fuck up a movement because they don't know how to unify. And that's what happened to Black Lives Matter. I sat there and watched that shit for years. I was like, yo, and the bad part about it, people didn't know how to play their roles. And let me just be very, very honest about it. Sometimes, listen, this might sound a little biased, a little bigoted. Listen, every time white people get involved in our shit, somehow it get fucked up. When they start having white people on the boards of Black Lives Matter, I'm like, what the fuck? And I think it was, I don't know if she was a transgender or she was gay or something like that. It was a white lady. I don't know the fuck, but like I said, that shit was weird to me. How the fuck she on the board? Like, listen, white people, if it's for black people, let me explain something. If it's a movement and white people want to get involved, nigga, they gotta play the background, or they get played when they come to the front when they need it, or you be a silent partner. But you're not going to take control of the shit. Nobody's saying you can't be on the board, but you can't be all out in the opening. It's not your movement. It's like hip-hop, motherfucker. You a visitor. You're not the creator. And that's what happened to Black Lives Matter. Listen, it happens to black people movements all the time. Listen, people, that's what destroyed the civil rights era. Nigga, soon they killed Martin Luther King. Because Martin wasn't going to allow that type of shit where white people come in and they get to start dictating shit about the movement. Go read up on Martin. He wasn't letting that happen. That was a black movement. Yes, we was about help for everybody, but that was a black movement. And Martin kept that bitch a black movement. Even though we was trying to help everybody. But soon they killed Malcolm. What happened? What happened? White people came in that motherfucker. Seen Al Sharpton wasn't the same. Jesse Jackson, all of them, they just come on over here, Jesse. You see. Listen, people, you gotta do your history. It happens. Every time white folks get into our movements, they fuck it up. Some type of dividing comes in between the people when that shit's supposed to be about us. Listen, that's why I tell y'all, I'm about my people come first. I stand on that shit. Yes, of course, I care about other people, or other races of people. Yes, other minority groups and shit like that. I care about it, but my people come first, and no other race is getting in front of that. Sorry, I watched and learned for years and researched and educated myself to see how a lot of our black movements got fucked up when other minority groups come in, and definitely when white folks start getting involved. That's why I always say this about white women and minority groups. How the fuck some of y'all hate niggas? Like, you ain't got to like all black people. Listen, I don't like all black people. But to hate us and try to group it, like, nah, bro, like, get the fuck out of here. To switch on the black community like that, like, nigga, we the reason why y'all even got a little shine. White women, y'all was just as, they treated y'all like us. Them white men treated y'all just like us in a way. You just got away with it because your skin complexion was different. But other than that, they treated you the same. Damn near the same. You ain't had no voting rights. You ain't had shit. They make sure your dumb asses stay in the house, making babies, in the kitchen, cooking. Listen, I'm going to tell you why some women are very, very independent too. Because there was a point of time where, and it still might happen to this day a little bit, where the men go off and they work all day or whatever, right? Because it's kind of how the country kind of was built, right? And women stay home and they take care of everything. So they have to learn how to maybe fix a tire. They maybe got to get up on the roof, get the gutters and shit like that. Shit that men usually do, right? Shit, women knowing how to fix cars, shit like that. Listen, people, women didn't grow up to knowing how to do that. They had to learn that shit because the man is not there. That's why you see a lot of independent women. So then they get to the point, well, why I need this abusive motherfucker, verbally abusive motherfucker, telling me what I can and can't do, and I'm just a woman and I know how to do all this shit. I don't need no motherfucking guy I don't need him. Like, that's why you got these independent women like that. I'm just telling y'all, listen, it's a part of this male chauvinist culture. That's why you get these type of women that some of us don't like, that don't understand, that we be telling them, these type of women, listen, you better lower your fucking standards and act like not act like, but you need a man. Like, you just can't walk the earth without having no man. Like, it's like a man saying, I don't need no woman. Unless you gay, then yeah, maybe you don't need no man. Yeah, maybe if you gay, you don't need no woman. But come on. Let's move on.
Talk about each other behind each other back. Any family get together and we gossiping in the kitchen. You just see me outside and went in the kitchen and decided to turn into a nigga when you went in the kitchen. Yeah, Gates, he really think. Come on, man. That's all we do. When you look at my comments, the people saying negative, the Black Lives Matter movement, they got mad at me. They said, I told them, hey, listen, I wasn't made for everybody.
First of all, bro, if the black community stop fucking with you, like, genuinely, they don't follow you, they don't respond to you, you are definitely irrelevant. We don't show up to your concerts, none of that shit. You are irrelevant. You're not a big enough star to cross over. You're not a crossover star. You make music for niggas. So this whole notion, oh, I hate niggas, but you make music for niggas. Listen, stop doing the music. Go do some pop shit. Go try to go do some rock and roll. Like, go do some country music. Go do some of that. You bitch and complain about a culture that you make money off of. You hate a culture that you make money off of. Like, these niggas don't get it. If you don't like, so you hate something that much, or you dislike something, because I don't like to say hate, but they hate this shit, right? To them, they hate it. But I say dislike. You dislike something like that bad, you don't fuck with it. You don't support it. You don't even want to take money from them. Put it this way. You heard some black people when Larry Hoover, when Trump pardoned Larry Hoover. So what? What I'm supposed to say? Thank you, Trump? No. Listen, I don't know if Larry Hoover changed his life in jail. This nigga been locked up for a long period of time. Yes, he might have changed. I don't know. I don't really care. Now, if he can come, because he ain't coming home, but I'm just saying, if he can come home and help fix some shit in the community, salute to him. I give less fuck about Larry Hoover coming home or not. I don't really care. There was people hitting me, was like, yo, Kenny, but look, Trump, I don't give a fuck about that. At the same time, he just pardoned some racist motherfuckers, the Christies or some shit with the reality show. Them motherfucking racists. Bunch of slow ass white folks. That's they parents are thieves. The daughter, your parents are thieves. They stole, they fraudsters, they scam artists. The fuck are you talking about? Listen, people, let me explain something to you. Do I think that they was a little obsessive with the charges, like the sentence that they gave to Christie's? Yeah. But that don't mean that they didn't commit fraud. I mean, it was their first offense, right? So right there, you shouldn't have penalized them that bad. Like, it's their first offense. It's like it's not like they did it for a long period of time, but it wasn't like they consistently did it. Like they had a charge and then they did it again. Like come on. Like, so yeah, like it was a little extreme. I think they gave the husband 10 years or some shit like that. They gave the wife or the husband 7 years or something, and they gave the wife 5. Like, that shit a little excessive. Like, come on. It's a little over the top. And like I said, they wasn't going to do the whole 7 and 5. Like, they wasn't going to do that. I think the wife was probably getting ready to come home in another year or two. So she was probably going to do about 2 to maybe 3 years or some shit like that. She getting ready to come home. She's getting ready to come home. And the husband probably was getting ready to come home maybe like a year or 2 after that. They weren't going to do that whole fucking 7 and 5. So, like, come on. And listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. The reason why a lot of motherfucking criminals just go ahead and do their whole time, they don't take that little, like you do part of your time and do some, and then like you do part of it, or say like half of it, or 25% of it, or 45% or 75% of, you do that, or even, you don't do the whole 100% of your time. The reason that people don't do that, because the law and the government or the state of police, justice department, they want to still keep you on probation. But a lot of people don't do that. They say, fuck it, I just do my whole time. I don't want to do no probation. Sometimes people do that. But they wasn't going to do that whole fucking time like that. But the point is, was it a little excessive that they gave him that much time? Yes. It's a white collar crime in a way. So I mean, we seen motherfuckers that stole out of a store some shit that didn't come nowhere compared to what the Christies did. And they go to jail, they do maybe 6 months, and they get on probation for about 2-3 years, and then somehow they break it, and these motherfuckers wind up doing 3 to 5 years. So it's like, the system is what it is. The system is never fair. People talking about the system is fair. No, it's never fair. It's always issues. It's not perfect. It's far from fucking perfect. But, it's the reason that it's not perfect because it's not consistent. If the law is consistent around the country, then it wouldn't be an issue. Then nobody could get mad at the system. But the system is not consistent of how they look at crimes or who committed the crimes, right? So that's why the shit was a little funny. Like, I'm like, damn, they gave him all that time. I ain't mad about it, but then I'm like, it is a little, if you ask me, is it a little excessive that they got all that time? Yeah. For first offenders? Yeah. They ain't Murdoch or some shit. They just stole from banks that usually banks steal from them. Or they didn't pay their taxes. I think it was part of that. Like, they had a lot of shit. But don't get me wrong, they had a lot of shit. They defrauding the banks, defrauding taxes and shit. They was doing a lot of shit. I think Ron Osley got like 3 years. Shit, didn't they lock Wesley Snipes up? I know they locked Fat Joe up. They locked Ja Rule up. They locked a couple of niggas up. They didn't wind up doing a whole 3. I think they did like 1.5 years or some shit. But still. So the Christies, in a way, you really look at it, they kind of really got off good. Because usually, like I said, they wasn't going to do the whole fucking 3. The whole 5 and 7. They wasn't going to do that. Usually if motherfuckers do their whole time, that means because they don't want no probation. I'm just telling y'all that. And usually did they even plead? They didn't plead. And you know what? They were still gonna get, they probably, hold on, crazy shit about it. They might have was going to do all that because they didn't take a plea deal. I think if they would have took a plea deal, they probably would do like a couple of years, got probation, and they'd have been out. But they went to trial. And I think they got found guilty. So it was different because when the judge sentenced you, you probably got to do that whole time. So yeah. So I gotta go back and look at that case. So they might have was supposed to do that whole time. But yeah, like it wasn't a little excessive. Yeah, I still think it was still a lot of fucking time. Like for first offenders like that. Like that shit is crazy. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's move on.
I didn't like.
That's real.
I told them, you know what's worse than they was like, what? Another one?
Ooh.
We kill each other all day. The song I kill you, bust your head, and then we talk about each other behind each other back.
Let's stop right there. Let me just say this. You know what's so disappointing in this is because I always say this about any black person. If you made it out the hood Good. Who the fuck want to be around that environment? You think the people that live in that environment want to be around that shit? A lot of the people? Fuck no. If anybody in that type of environment, listen, I'll give you about 90 to 95% of black people will get the fuck up out of there. Or get out of that type of environment. You're just speaking on black folks, right? But yeah, of course it's going to be about 10% or maybe 5% of Negroes that's so institutionalized in that lifestyle of that shit that's all they know. That's the only thing that they believe. Like it's a belief system too when you live that lifestyle, right? You got to believe in that shit if you really want to be a part of that shit really like that. But 90 to 95% of the black people that live in that type of environment, motherfuckers don't want to be there. They don't want to live around that shit. But that's why this is so disappointing, because if he doesn't know this, that's even fucked up. Like if he knows if he know that, or what I'm saying is fucked up. But if he doesn't know that, that's even worse to me. Because that means this nigga is just talking out his ass and just self-hating for nothing. Grouping all black people up in that environment. Oh, they just shooting and killing niggas all day. What? Nigga, first of all, it's somebody every day in this country dying from violence. And it ain't always black people in the black community. What are you talking about? Listen, people, let me explain something. Let me tell you what's real race on race crime. Venezuela. That's Venezuela crime. Ain't no black and white people in their communities. They killing each other. It's a whole country of these motherfuckers. You talking about small parts of the community in America doing violence. You got a whole country. You got whole countries killing their own people. But it's black on black crime here. In our little small communities. That only where black people be. Where we structured to be. But it's black on black crime. Okay, cool, bro. We only kill each other. Okay, cool. Go to Venezuela. Go to Saudi Arabia. Shit, go to Russia. They kill more of their own people than black people kill their people in every little community in America. You can put us all together, all the murders. We ain't got shit compared to Saudi Arabia, Venezuela, and a whole bunch of these other fucking countries where it ain't none but them. And they killing themselves. But nobody talking about Chinese on Chinese crime or Saudi Arabia or Saudi Arabia crime on crime. White European crime on crime, Russian on Russian crime. They ain't talking about that. They ain't talking about them Italian countries where ain't no black people at. Out there. Yeah, number Italians killing each other. If you want to talk about black on black crime, that's why I'm be understanding Africans and all these other niggas. Like y'all niggas, it's a whole country of you niggas. Jamaica, motherfucking, continents and shit, Haiti, all that shit. It's a whole bunch of niggas. And they still killing each other. That's black on black crime. But what happens in America is certain little sections of America in certain states, we have nothing compared to these African states, these African continents, or any of these other different races of continents. Mexico, same shit. Like, what are you talking about? Some of these countries are not diverse like that. So they can't, so the whole notion, we don't do that to them, but they come over here, or these motherfuckers here, talk about black on black crime. It's no such thing. Black Americans don't kill more black Americans in our community than a lot of these other countries killing their own. The fuck out of here. Motherfuckers gotta pick up a book, read, Google, do something. Stop just listening to these niggas on the internet lying, making up shit. There's no such thing of black on black crime in the black community. Listen, if you put black people in a community where they can be successful and it's all black owned and everybody living decent, it's gonna be hate anyway. I don't give a fuck what community you're in, but of course people gonna talk about you. You go live in the white suburbs. You don't think them white people be talking about other white people? Hating on other white people? What the fuck is wrong with you, Kevin Gates? It's just my people. Stop hanging around your people then. If your people is doing this to you, and first of all, I know every black person that you interact with or every family member you got ain't up there all talking about you, nigga. So why you grouping black people like it's the whole black community? Stop that. Use your vowels, nigga. But like I said, he sound ignorant. He sounds stupid. He sound uneducated. Because he don't know what the fuck he talking about. That's like me saying to all my family members, I don't fuck with a lot of my family members. I genuinely don't. But that's like me saying to all my family members, all y'all hate on me. How the fuck do I know that? How the fuck do I know all my family members talk behind my back? First of all, I don't even hang around all my family members like that to know if they talk behind my back or they smile and grin in my face and then talk behind my back. I don't know that. See, I'm a little optimistic in that way. Listen, if I don't hear it, I don't see it, I don't know what the fuck you talk about. If it happens, let the motherfuckers, I tell motherfuckers all the time, come see me. Say that shit, whatever you say behind my back, say it in my face, because I guarantee you, whatever I say, and you ain't there, I say it to your face. And I ain't got no problem saying it. Listen, people. I had to take somewhat of a responsibility of why me and my family ain't close. Or maybe even if my family members think that I may act funny or whatever it is. A part of it is me. Because honestly, genuinely, I just don't like being around them like that. Because to be very honest, it's pain there. And it's not nothing they did, right? It's not a lot what they did. It's just, they in the hood, bro. Ain't nothing really changed in their life really like that. They don't have really this much different perspective of shit in life. They just living in the hood. So nothing, so with anything I'm talking about, they don't really kind of get that shit. It's not really a conversation. We just get to start reminiscing about old shit. And a lot of that shit ain't always good. It's painful. So, like, I don't blame my family for not, like, wanting to call me and want to hang around. We don't really have nothing in common. I don't hang around people that I don't fuck with and I don't have nothing in common with. It's a waste of my time. I love them, but hey, I can't blame my family because they don't want me to come around or whatever, or they may think that I'm better than them. Okay, cool. Listen, I found, listen, this is when I knew my life was different and I changed, right? When I stopped giving a fuck about people in my family, like, it's like this thing of like, how can I explain this? It's like people in your family, right? Their expectations for you to come around is like, that's all they kind of want. But that's not really what all that is. And I always tell people, I don't want to go around my family to show off. What the fuck am I showing off? Whatever little success that I do have, I don't want to come and throw that shit in their face. And I'm not coming to give you to go broke and give you all this money where I could have used some of this money to take care of some shit that I needed to take care of. And all you just wanted was because whatever the fuck the reason is. It's like when I told my wife, I said, if I ever got rich and I hit the lottery, just say that, right? Listen, I'm not just giving my family money. Nigga, they gonna have to come. We're gonna have to do some business together. Let's go create a business together. Yeah, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna pay some bills off for them and shit. I'll probably pay all my people's bills off for a year. But in that whole year, I'm gonna be working with them, trying to get them to let's do some business. Let's go into business together. Like, I'm not just gonna give you money. Like, listen, people, you have to understand, everybody in your family, listen, just how I feel about some of my family members, they may feel that same way about me. And I can't blame them for that. I told you, I did a lot of fuck shit in the streets when I was around. Right? Like, a lot of my family members, they were street motherfuckers. They was gangsters. So, like, for these motherfuckers to look at me and be like, you know what I mean? They don't want to kind of be around me a little bit sometimes, or don't want me around. Nigga, that's why. I get it. They still think that about me. My mentality is not that different than what I was in the street. I just look at shit a little different. I just carry myself a little different. I stay away from shit. But my mentality is the same. Listen, it's not to glorify it. I'm just telling you that sometimes your family members see you a certain type of way. And they can't get past a lot of shit you did. That's why, remember I told you, I said, it depends how much dirt you did in the street. To my family, nigga, they seen me in action. I hung around a lot of my family members, a lot of shit that I got into. They seen it. So a lot of times, nigga, they see I still kind of got that same mentality. Like, nigga, I told you, I got a temper problem, bro. My temper ain't really gone away like that. I just know how to control it a little bit. But, nigga, I can snap like that. And everything I built could be over if you play with me wrong. Like, so, like, I get it. I understand why a lot of my family members don't want me around and shit like that. And, like, I like a lot of times I like to joke and play around when I'm around them. But they like to get serious all the time on nonsense shit. And I'm like, yo, I'm not here for that, bro. I'm not here to reminisce on stupid shit. And I'm kind of past that shit. I don't really care in a way. But if we gonna move on and just be a family, accept who I kind of am, because who I used to be, I'm kind of not that person anymore. And it's vice versa for them. I had to accept that. So, but my family ain't like that. They see me a certain type of way. And I get it. But don't expect me not to feel a way about it either. If you still see me the same motherfucker you knew who was, then why the fuck you right. I shouldn't be around. And people gotta accept that. But I don't hate my family. I ain't mad at them like that. I used to be because I didn't kind of get it, but I get it now. You know what I mean? But people just don't get it, man. Some people don't get that shit. And Kevin Gates is one of them niggas. You might got this bad experience with your family, but that don't mean all black people is that way. That may be just your family, nigga. Like, nigga, I'm much more closer to my wife's family than my own family. So, like, I got homeboys and shit. Like, I'm more closer to their family than I'm close to my own. So it's like, you know, that's why I never grew up and acting like blood. If somebody was my blood or motherfucker that was a friend of mine wasn't like, I didn't treat them differently. I treated them the same. Because I'm always the type of motherfucker, if you fuck with me, I fuck with you. I don't give a fuck who you is. I love you like I love if motherfucker was my blood. And I treat you the same. I always was like that. That's what made me different. That's why a lot of times when I get around people and shit, they don't get that. You supposed to treat, no, I don't supposed to do shit. Nigga, listen, your own family you can't trust. Shit, I've been knowing niggas since I was in fucking grade school. And niggas, you know, you get older, you make it and shit, niggas start hating and niggas start being jealous. And you like, yo, what the fuck, nigga? We come from the same shit. And when niggas was in trouble or they needed something, I would help them. I'm talking about the last 10, 15 years, like nigga, you switch on me like that? Like, but that's how that shit be. I got siblings like that. My own fresh in blood, my own siblings. Nigga, but you can't, like, you can't, that's why I don't treat, that's why I try to treat everybody the same of how I interact with them. Right? Like I treat them like, nigga, you like, if you fuck with me, you family to me. Right? Like, but if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be blood of mine, nigga. Look, we grew up from the sandbox. You do some fuck shit, like you want some fuck you, nigga. That's how that goes. I try not to treat people that much differently than I would treat somebody that ain't my blood. Because motherfuckers can be your blood and do the most fucked up, cruddiest shit to you, people. Just being real. But that's what Kevin Gates and some of these niggas that grow up in the hood, they deal with that shit and they don't really get it. They think because the motherfucker your blood, they supposed to stay true to you. No, nigga. Your blood will snake you. That's what comes with that lifestyle. And it's not even just on some street shit. That's life. You see people that live in good communities, sisters fucking their husbands, sisters fucking their sisters' husbands. Brothers fucking their brothers' wives. You see that shit all the time. So that's not like a black thing. Like you trying to make it like white people don't talk about them, you know, talk about their own family members and shit. You stupid as fuck if you think that's only a black thing. But like I said, it's that anti-black shit. But be right back, people. All right, people, I'm back. Listen, man. I just don't like. Listen. You have issues with your people in the community. You know what I mean? Your own family members, but to group all your family members together, be like they all like that, and then you treat everybody else in the hood the same. They ain't in your blood, but you treat them like that. You've been knowing motherfuckers since the same. But listen. This shit happens all the time, man. This shit happens in every community. This ain't nothing new. Or how about you be the motherfucker that changed the shit? It's almost like when you hear like niggas like Kevin Gates and Brandon Tatum, their only way of saying the changes is through Jesus. Or we gotta vote Republican or some goofy shit. Believe in a different ideology for shit to change. No, how about you go into the community and help try to change it? It's a way you can talk to your people and express to your people or the shit that we do wrong to each other without totally insulting them, trying to take away the little bit of pride that they do have or we do have, right? Like, it's a way you can do that. Just to tear your people down and act like you somehow you gonna build them back up. No, if you fuck up somebody's, listen, people, it's like a child. If you tear down your child's self-esteem, tell them they ain't good enough, they ain't this and they ain't that, you just beat them down all the time. And then you say, well, I was doing it for your own good to build you stronger. All children ain't built that way to take that way. And that's what a lot of black people can't handle of being torn down so much. Because they already probably broken to the point where, you keep talking down to them, you done broke them fully. They ain't fully broke, but they crack it. They fracture it. And then you break them. Like, nah, bro, you can't do that, man. Like I said, and it's not just about that. It's about they supposed to be Christians. These people claim that they're Christians or religious people. Where's your humanity? You think all the good people that we put on pedestals was always good? They wasn't. They had a past. They did some wrong shit. They even when you thought they was this, they still was doing some bad shit. Because no one's perfect. But you get these self-righteous American Christians think they're so more superior, but they the motherfuckers, they the same people be behind the scenes doing fuck shit. But let's move on. Hold on, my bad, people. Not down speaker.
Left channel, right channel.
Go back a little bit.
Told him, you know what's worse than?
Hold on. There you go.
Another one.
Ooh.
We kill each other all day. The song I kill you, bust your head, and then we talk about each other behind each other back, and then as soon as a white person kill one of us.
But Kevin Gates, you make that same type of music, bro. How you better? Huh? How you want to criticize a genre of music that you in and you talk about the same shit? Listen, people, if you didn't let these people, if I didn't let y'all hear what these people said, or you didn't hear what these people said, you would think I'd be lying about what they're saying. This dude is a fucking hypocrite. Now you criticizing the music? You're a part of the music. You only kind of who you are because you was the type of shit that you say that you're against. You are somewhat famous off of it. Let's move on, y'all.
Y'all should have left him. Y'all should have let him live. Why? So we could kill him. That's all.
Yeah. Yes.
Hold
You
on,
jump
hold
up
on,
and-
hold on. And let me just say this too. Kevin Gates is one of them. He a phony nigga, right? I would never be around a nigga like this. Cause on real talk, listen, I'm not condoning violence and shit. Kevin Gates would be a nigga that I had to clap. Cause I couldn't trust him. Cause he'd do some fuck shit to you. Cause he that type of dude. But anyway, right? Kevin Gates is not as smart as y'all think he is. Remember I told y'all, just because somebody even educate themselves or like read some shit, right? Like you could be one of them motherfuckers that read or like went to school, got a high IQ and all that shit, but that don't make you smart. Right? Like it just make that you got some education. Right? But that don't make you smart. There's a lot of people that got a lot of degrees that don't make that they that they ain't bright. They ain't smart at all. We put this label of capping who's intelligent and who's smart. But no, Kevin Gates is not smart at all. When I'm looking at him, right, I see a nigga reaching, trying to get some type of shock value because nobody's talking about Kevin Gates. Right? Like, he had a little scandal with the little whore chick that he wound up leaving his Muslim wife for and marrying this little whore that run around trying to fuck celebrities. Now she turned Muslim. All this goofy shit. Right? Like, so he was in the news for that. But he's not in the news for nothing positive, like music. If you ever notice that. Because positivity don't sell in this type environment. Definitely not in this environment. Think about it. Let me just put y'all on game. And I go from generations because I grew up in both generations. When Pop was speaking about knowledgeable shit, he did a lot of positive shit. Pop was somewhat of a star, right? It was almost like Kendrick, right? Pac was known. Motherfuckers really know him from the movies, But as far as the music, nah, niggas didn't consider Pac one of them niggas that can rap, right? Because he was Brenda Had a Baby, Dear Mama, and shit like that. They wasn't really, come on. Let's just be real. I grew up in that era. Listen, when Pac went to Death Row and he came out, because niggas keep saying like All Eyes on Me is Pac's greatest album of all time. Listen, to some, if you was a real genuine Tupac fan, listen, All Eyes on Me, I can see how some people can look at that shit as like it's one of the greatest. But Me Against the World was the best album Pac have ever made in his life. To me. So you gotta understand, at that time, Pac was in jail, and this nigga was selling, and the music wasn't as raw, and it wasn't Death Row. But that was Pac's biggest album to me. Don't get me wrong, All Eyes on Me, Machiavelli, great shit. Top 3. His greatest album, All Eyes on Me. We don't praise niggas when they rap good shit or they do positive, they talking positive. We don't praise them. We praise them when they do fuckery. This ain't nothing new either. But it's even worse now. Fast forward generations later. Kendrick was always speaking, rapping the shit that he was rapping about, uplifting and shit like that. He was on that Pac shit. The beginning of who Pac was. When the nigga started going after beefing with Drake, all of a sudden Kendrick Lamar's the hottest nigga. He's the greatest West Coast rapper of all time. Bullshit. Listen, love Kendrick. Kendrick is not the greatest West Coast rapper. Sorry. Nigga, that's still Pac, and he wasn't even born in LA. He's the best West Coast rapper. That's a fact. These are facts. This whole notion of this clout chasing ass that all of a sudden all you niggas like is when there's some drama. That makes more sense to y'all. Y'all want to watch it. Y'all are tuned in. But when somebody doing something positive, them don't get the views. You don't big them up. It's not that big of a story. Listen, people, I'm not saying it didn't happen back in the day. It's just worse now. And it's worse because of the internet. You listen, when we didn't have internet back in the day, you really had to think about shit. Or how you wanted to move, or what side you wanted to take on certain shit. Now niggas is just take all types of goofy ass, make up all types of goofy shit. It's just my opinion. The first thing, just my opinion. Nah, fuck out of here, bro. No, motherfucker, you don't want to take a stand. It's just my opinion, though. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. No, nigga. See, back in the day, you had to take a stand. Listen, even if you made a mistake, you had to apologize later. I was on the wrong side of that. But you had to take a motherfucking side. Now these niggas get to do all these different. I'm gonna take this side. I'm gonna take that side. I'm gonna do that. Just my opinion. All that goofy shit. My point is to Kevin Gates. You only getting away with this shit is because of this earth. And I'm not trying to shit on young niggas. It's not even a young nigga thing. It's a generational thing. It's the times that we in earth. A lot of people in this era right now, it's an earth thing. It's not even a generational thing. It's an earth thing. A lot of you, the fake motherfuckers is actually being credited for being fake and being phony and being hypocrites and being sellouts and coons and buck dancers and racists and bigots. You're actually getting credited for being this way. So now everything's just whoa. Oh, I don't give a fuck with nobody. Think you're a liar. You at the end of the day, you're a bunch of cowards. You can't take a stand. And then when you do take a stand, you're only taking that stand because that's the wave. You can make money over there so that you take the wave. A part of me is very, very grateful that it's not an earth. I mean, it's an earth thing, but for me, it's about a mentality. I had enough people around me, and put it this way, I had to get away from a lot of people to even think the shit that I think. Because I had these type of motherfuckers around me. Because it's the people you hang around that have you thinking this stupid shit that these niggas, a lot of these motherfuckers in society think and how they act. and how they treat one another. Oh, I hung around them. That's why I know how to detect them. That's how I know what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing in the body language of these motherfuckers. I know when the motherfucker, listen, I told you, I can be around a motherfucker long enough to tell you if a motherfucker's a racist or not. I'm just telling you that. I can tell you, listen, I can be around a motherfucker long enough to tell you I ain't got to do too much interaction with them to tell you that they somebody I don't want to fuck with. It was something my aunt told me before she died, but years ago when I was growing up. And she told me one time, you take shit too personal. She said that it's a gift and a curse that you have that. She said the bad part of it is that you don't know when to shut that shit off and not to take shit so personal. Right? But then she said the other part is because the good part of it is that I have that is that it still shows that I have humanity. I still actually care about people. And she said, my aunt, she'd been around a long time at that time, and she's seen the worst of the worst in her time. And she was like, you're a little different dude. So if I'm too emotional about some shit, I'm too overprotective or some shit like that, it's for a reason. It's just part of who I am. I'm very passionate about shit. I can't stand it. Like, it's just not in me to sit around and not say nothing. Now, I know when sometimes to keep your mouth shut, but a lot of the times I don't, because I just like, yo, that shit don't sit right with me. And when you sit sometimes and you know that shit is wrong, and you sit back and you don't say nothing about something, that you're losing a part of your humanity. You know that shit is wrong and you just won't say nothing about it. And listen, like I said, I'm free. And what I mean by free, nobody dictates me, no gang, no street shit. Listen, I love my people, but my people don't dictate me. Nigga, if the shit is wrong, it's wrong. You don't get to tell me how to justify some shit that's wrong. It's wrong. Because like I said, I always tell people this. You see a motherfucker do something you know it's wrong. What if it happened to you? What if that motherfucker did that to you? And the motherfucker start saying, well, if it happened to me, then now they start agreeing. Or they lie. Either way. Let's move on.
I'm hollering, talking about that Black Lives Matter. Who do they matter to?
Ooh.
Even the songs you listen to, you ready to hear about talking about he gonna split. Because I like that type of too now. I like to get they top pop in a song.
See? And that's why a nigga like me can't take you serious. You criticize the fucking music and then turn around and say, hey, you know what? Shit, hey, they need to talk about popping tops and all that. Nigga, I like that type of music, though. What? So what are you saying, bro? Only when you feel like you don't like something? That's when it's bad? And when you do like it, when you feel like you can like it or you want to like it, it's okay. I mean, what is it, bro? Do y'all remember when King Von, he passed away? And I said, a lot of people was like looking at me crazy, was saying shit and chat, and people was hitting me. I was like, Kenny, you tripping, nigga. And they kept saying, I said, King Von, there's only two niggas to me in hip hop, to me. right? Like I put DMX in a different category. He was just a different nigga, right? Like now people like try to compare Tupac and who you should pick, Tupac or DMX and all that other shit. Please stop. Don't do that. Tupac lived a shorter life and had way more of still a bigger impact than DMX. Right? DMX had his demons, some drugs and shit. You know what I mean? But he did enough on Earth to where he's fourth on my list. That I can say a motherfucker that I could take and say I can compare him to Pac. Right? He's fourth on the list. You have Pac, and then you have Nipsey, and then you have King Von, and then you have DMX to me. Right? People like, damn, how you gonna put DMX not over them guys? The reason I don't do that is because I don't look at DMX in a way of how people look at DMX. DMX was special. He was a nigga that we needed here. Like, you gotta understand something. When I was growing up, if you fuck with that sugar bugger, right? You fuck with that sugar. See, I was born in the 80s, but I was raised in the 90s. If you was fucking with that sugar booger, niggas ain't respect you. So a part of me, and I'll be honest, I love X, but I don't respect him. I don't put him on the same pedestal as a Pac. Like, we be very honest about DMX. DMX was a crackhead. But he was a functional street crackhead. Like, he was, like, he made songs, right, that you only could feel in the hood. Let's just be real. I mean, DMX is big. We know him. He did what he did. Like, I'm not trying to take nothing away from DMX. But when niggas start trying to compare DMX to Pac, who would you pick? Nigga, stop. It's no comparison. Pac is bigger than him. It just is what it is. And no disrespect to D. Love D. One of my favorite rappers. Okay? One of my favorite rappers. Listen. No, he's not on Pac level. I don't give a fuck about the success. I don't care about he was one of them dudes shut down shows. It don't matter. You got a lot of great performing niggas, but they don't impact the culture. Okay? DMX did not impact the culture the way people trying to think. He only impacted the streets. And it's a different level of impacting the culture than the streets. Pac impact the culture of black people. DMX impact the streets of black people. That's real shit. So people can sit there and they can get upset, get mad, and some New York niggas, I don't give a fuck. You niggas know I'm telling the truth. He only impact the streets. And I give him that. Listen, and a lot of rappers can't fuck with DMX catalog. Some of your the best rappers that the best rappers you like, they can't fuck with his catalog. I'm not saying that. We're talking impact. He got all that shit Pac got, but he didn't impact the culture. It's a different impacting the culture. DMX didn't do that. Listen, I'm not saying he didn't do that, but not in the way that Pac did it. Name a fucking song that DMX got. And I always say this to everybody. Name a fucking song that DMX did. Because he did a lot of heartful shit. I seen it. I seen it. I listened to it. And it's one of them songs I fuck with. I think Mary J in it. But she's singing the chorus. But it ain't nowhere compared to Dear Mama. Like I keep telling y'all, it's a culture thing. When we talk about goats and legends and niggas like that, we're talking about how a nigga affect the culture. Not just on no black people street shit. Because all black people, we come from the streets. We live the life, but then we get out that shit. How can that person's music still affect me? Pac was ahead of his time. He made music that you could go back and listen to. You be like, damn, Pac was telling us. He was telling us. You can't go to none of these rappers and you like, oh my God, they was telling us. And they're alive. Listen, and I understand when people die, they aura get bigger, but Pac was a different nigga. That's why I don't even compare Big and Pac the same. Big ain't on Pac level. Nigga, if you ask me who was the better rapper, DMX or Biggie, DMX. He's bigger than Biggie. Biggie's don't listen. Niggas from New York gonna get mad at me for saying this, but the truth is the truth. Biggie is really niggas in New York really like, you get what I mean? I'm not saying outside of New York niggas don't fuck with Biggie, but come on. We fuck with D outside of New York. Like that. And his catalog is longer. If we're going to start this whole notion of comparing DMX to Tupac, well, nigga, won't y'all ask who's bigger, Biggie or DMX? I know a lot of you niggas from New York don't want to talk about that shit. Who's bigger? Biggie don't have a bigger catalog to fuck with DMX. Fuck are you talking about? Like, just be real. No disrespect to Biggie. Love Biggie. But come on, man. He one of the greats, but he ain't a GOAT no more. If you really want to be real about that shit. So listen, people got to stop comparing themselves. It's like Michael Jackson. Stop comparing them. Listen, there's only one nigga you can compare Michael Jackson to, that is Chris Brown. That's it. It's the only nigga. Nobody else get that invitation. Usher used to get it before Chris Brown showed up and started doing what he do. But ain't nobody saying, is Usher Michael Jackson or he the next Michael? No, nigga, that shit stopped a long time ago once Chris came. Let's just be real. DMX was just a hood nigga. He only vibed with the streets. And there's no disrespect to that because I respect that. And he made great music. And he got a fucking great catalog. He's one of the greats. Nobody's denying that shit. But for niggas to be sitting out here comparing DMX to Tupac is bullshit. That shit is trash. And then to do it with New York niggas, when New York niggas, some of them niggas, them rappers and shit, and some of them niggas already feel a way about Pac. Even though Pac is from New York. So in some of them New York niggas' mind, he's a traitor. Like, what we doing? They can't be honest. Them niggas biased. Pac is a universal nigga. That nigga was in Baltimore, he was in New York, Baltimore, Oakland. Then he went down south in Atlanta. This nigga was universal like that. He was a different nigga, man. He was these niggas, all these niggas that y'all talking about great. He was them niggas before them. Nobody was bigger than him, bro. Let me tell y'all something. It was something that the nigga from the Goody Mob said. And they kept talking about the whole Jay-Z shit, and niggas got mad at him for saying Jay-Z ain't better than Pac. Listen, nigga, and he wasn't lying about this. Let me explain something to y'all who Pac was back in those days. Listen, we talking about Madonna here, bro. We talking about some of the baddest chicks that's iconic Pac was with. The nigga was with Quincy Jones' daughter. Come on, bro. Like, what are y'all talking about, bro? You have Jasmine Guy, a fucking all black men had a crush on her. I'm not saying she had sex with Pac, but I ain't gonna say she didn't. She never admitted it. They said they're friends, whatever. I'll go off of that. Cause but come on, man. They cry over Pac. Fuck is y'all talking about? That nigga is different. Him, Michael, are different niggas. I'm just telling y'all that. It is certain motherfuckers that's different. The impact is different. As big as Jay-Z is, as accomplished as he is, it's like LeBron. As accomplished as he is, he's not Michael. He's not Kobe. And they keep saying that shit. Them niggas' impact are different. You ask yourself, who get mentioned more in songs? All the old rappers, dead or alive, who get mentioned more? Pac does. Tupac does. What the fuck are y'all talking about? When you talk about GOATs, Tupac, Michael, Jordan. That's it. Nobody's saying that motherfuckers that ain't come before them that did the ground roots. We ain't saying that. But when them niggas they did what they did because they were special, they changed the game forever. The game wasn't the same when them niggas got involved. That's just a fact. And we not going to discuss some new niggas come in and they do some outstanding numbers and they stat packing and shit. Even as a rappers, these rapper niggas is stat packing. Now they sell this and they sell that. Listen, Eminem sold more than Tupac. Ain't nobody saying Eminem better than Tupac. And listen, M is a lyrical genius, but he's not Pac. But to get back what I was saying about King Von, niggas got mad when I said he was the second person that I felt that came close to Pac. It was Nipsey, and then it was him. And the one thing about all three of them niggas, from Pac to Nipsey to King Von, them niggas did not understand that you can't play both sides. And that's why all three of them died the way they did. You want to be with the streets? You can't be in that street shit, have one foot in the streets and one foot out that bitch. That's how all three of them, love all three of them to death, but that's how all of them died. That was their flaw. They wasn't perfect, nigga. Nobody's perfect, but that was their flaw. But that's what made them great. Think about it. When you talk about Pop, the streets be like, yeah, that nigga was about our people. Then you talk about him being outside of that shit, him being the biggest August crossover, all that shit, they Pop that. Same thing with Nipsey. Same shit. King Von, same shit. If them niggas just had a little bit, and it was like the same thing with Pac. If them niggas had a little bit more time, but they was here for their moments. They was here for these moments, people. They was only here for these moments where a lot of us should have understood who they was. They got their flaws, we get that. But they important. They are very important. You say what you want about King Von, nigga. If he had just a little bit more time, I believe he'd have changed the game. I think as much as motherfuckers say, oh, he rubbed off on Lil Durk, Durk was rubbing off on him too. It's just that Von didn't have enough time. Listen, and I always tell y'all, it's a dangerous game trying to play both sides. It's like if I'm with a clique, right? And my niggas I fuck with, but I'm over here playing the other side of these other niggas, right? Sooner or later, niggas gonna find out that I'm playing both sides. So one of these sides gonna kill me. They're gonna put a hit on me. They're gonna try to hurt me. That's the same thing happening to them. They try to play both sides. And sometimes you can't. But that's what make them great. That's kind of who they were. You're talking about guys that changed the game. Let me explain something to y'all. Chicago, the drill music, as a whole, even just as a whole of the new wave, that shit ain't been the same since Von died. That shit ain't been the same. And then now that Lil Durk gone, he in jail. What the fuck is the drill music? Now you look at hip hop right now, you know, what is it? What is it? It's nothing. Hip hop ain't shit right now. Everybody jump on the wave of Kendrick, and shout out to Kendrick. Love Kendrick, but he ain't a pop. He is the best. He's not the best. Listen. I love Kendrick. You ain't better than Game. When they came out with that little bullshit, they came out with Complex talking about top 10 or top 50 greatest rappers or some shit like, and they had Game at 11. I'm like, what? Listen, Ice-T is a legend in LA, but we're talking about hip-hop legend. We're talking about music-wise. Fuck out of here. Ice Cube, no, I'm sorry. Ice-T, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck niggas on the West Coast get upset. I'm sick of people acting like what I'm saying gonna hurt their feelings. Ice-T, it shouldn't be no... what's the nigga? Ice-T, they had Ice-T, DJ, fuck is his name? But they had him over the Game. Game rap circles around these niggas. Ice-T? Man, please. Let me ask y'all a question. When the last time y'all heard some music from Ice-T. Like when you talk about a nigga like LL, nigga just did some. He just did an album with Eminem. Held his own. Did his thing because he a GOAT. Okay? LL a GOAT. Nigga, Ice-T ain't no GOAT. Let's be real. Ice Cube, we can talk about Ice Cube. We can debate that with the game. But, nigga, Ice-T? No. Fuck out of here. Ice-T is known more for acting than a rapper. Let's just be real. Fuck out of here. We're not playing like that. Talking about the greatest West Coast rappers, Impact, and all this other shit. Nigga, what impact Ice-T got? Like, let's be real. He's respected. But what are we talking about? In a lot of them categories, Game is way better than him. Way better. No. I seen why Game got upset about that. I'm with Game on that. Fuck that. Niggas got to stop playing around it. And see, and this was the thing lately when Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes doing all that shit. Like, yo, that's why I had a problem with it. Niggas got to stop playing. These niggas are not on the same levels. Listen, Kool Moe Dee is a legend, but he ain't no GOAT. KRS-One is a legend. He no GOAT. He's not a GOAT. Rakim is a legend. He's no GOAT. These niggas, it's certain levels of shit. We ain't even hearing from these niggas. Niggas like, well, we ain't heard nothing from Pac. Pac did his catalog. Nigga, you put any of these niggas catalog against Pac and tell me that catalog better than Pac. And he been dead for almost, 20-something years, 30 years going on. Put their catalog up. And he only lived to 25. Put their catalog up. Any of your favorite rapper, put their catalog up. And tell me that shit is better than Pac's. Y'all gotta stop, man. Y'all gotta stop with this new shit that niggas doing in this time now where you motherfuckers forgetting who is great, who's GOATs. LeBron ain't a GOAT. He a legend. But he ain't a GOAT. Fuck you gonna put him over niggas that actually put in work. He's a stat packer. It's a lot of these rap niggas that are stat packers. Jay-Z, a stat packer. Took niggas shit. I'll be right back. Give me a second, people. All right, people, I'm back. But nah, listen, I know I got off script a little bit, man, but this shit got to be said, man. Because I was seeing this shit and people sending me shit. I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, let's be real. This ain't about being on some old school shit. I look at shit as real as niggas' impact. You think about, like, even Jay-Z. I was just listening to some Jay-Z shit. I'm listening, like, a lot of his catalog. Yeah, yo, he got a catalog, but is this shit really that impactful like that? Nobody's saying that Jay-Z ain't a legend. He ain't great. But really, is he top 5? And let me tell y'all something, some real shit, right? Because this is what I did learn about Pac, right? Because, you know, I go back and I listen to niggas shit. And believe it or not, when Pac did do songs with other niggas, they was cool. They was all right. Right? That's why I never get mad at some of the young niggas be like, yo, Lil Wayne was like that. Because I was a big fan of Lil Wayne. And listen, aside of his coonery, his buffoonery, Wayne got a catalog. And Wayne did shit. And what made him like that was that when he got on songs with other motherfuckers, Wayne was that nigga. When I go back and look at Pac catalog, and his catalog, and just listen to him did other songs with other niggas, it was okay. But when he did songs by himself, nigga, he made up for when he did songs with other niggas and they wasn't really like that. Because them songs was just huge. And I look at a nigga like Wayne is like, yeah, he got some songs, he did some big shit, but when he did shit outside of they not his songs, he did his catalog is bigger than Pac's. Way bigger. Because when he started working with other like artists and shit, and he like his shit was huge. But I look at a lot of, and I'm not knocking niggas for putting out the music or nothing like that, but sometimes I look at them niggas as they stat packers. It's like NBA, a lot of these NBA niggas. Like, them niggas are stat packers. Like, yo, you do a lot more stat packing than quality. Right? Like, it's not quality music. And Wayne got a lot of good shit, but it's not quality. It's that nigga at that time he was rocking. But it ain't no music that set the test of time for some shit. Like where niggas go back and look at that shit and be like, I ain't saying he don't have nothing like that, but I'm just saying it ain't a lot like you think. Like that nigga just was rapping. And it's cool. I get it. But like you go back and look at Wayne catalog, a lot of that shit is trash. You go back and look at Jay-Z shit, a lot of that shit is trash. They don't have songs that way you be like, yo, we gotta play this. Like, just say like, when I was going back and listening to songs and shit, trying to get my summer vibe going on, right? I go back and listen, I say, oh yeah, that was rocking back in the day. But it ain't no shit that where I'll be like, yo, I gotta play this shit every day. I got pop shit I gotta play every year. There ain't a lot of songs that Jay-Z or any of these your favorite rappers I gotta play every year. It's more one-hit wonders got bigger songs than these niggas that you gotta play every year, that you get amped up off of. Shit, I can go listen to some Lord John shit and be like, yo, I got that shit was rocking. Then I would go back and listen to some of your favorite rappers. Just saying. I just need people to be honest, genuinely honest about niggas' place in hip hop. Nobody's saying that nobody can't take over the GOAT status. Nobody's saying that. But nigga, you gotta earn that. You talking about niggas that their aura changed the game. Listen, I think LeBron James is great. I think Jay-Z, a lot of niggas is great. But did they really change the game? Is anybody mentioning Jay-Z in songs? That's what I want to know. Like that, like they mention Pop more than they mention a Jay-Z. And I told you, you hear from some of the rappers that's from the South, nigga, we wasn't really or people from the South, we wasn't really bumping Jay-Z like that, nigga. But they was bumping Pop. Because I told you his impact was different. Just trying to be real honest. I ain't trying to take nothing away from Jay. A lot of these niggas, I ain't trying to take nothing away from. It's like Wayne. I don't want to take nothing away from Wayne. I think Wayne was, if you really look at his catalog and you really look at him, nigga, his impact, I think he was bigger than Jay. Wayne had at least a good 5 to close to 10 years of where he kind of ran the game by himself. Everybody else, they was cool. Niggas was making music, but they wasn't Wayne. So you talk about impact in the culture. It's like Wayne is like Steph Curry to me. I don't think he get enough respect and props for what he did. You got a whole culture of these niggas, even down to this day. You niggas rap like Wayne. You niggas use auto-tune. All that shit because of Wayne. And shit, you even probably can give a little respect or a lot of respect to T-Pain. But mainly Wayne, because Wayne made it okay for rappers to use auto-tune and start harmonizing and singing. Even though Bone Thugs been doing that shit without the auto-tune. But they legends in their own way. But Wayne made it a way for you niggas to use auto-tune. Jay was trying to kill that shit. Because listen, at the core of who Jay-Z is and the shit that we know about Jay, he never wanted nobody to be bigger than him. He kept all them niggas that was always around him at a certain. Jay-Z is the definition of a gatekeeper to all artists that was on there. Them niggas supposed to be way bigger than what they are. Especially Beanie. But, you know, it is what it is. I ain't gonna blame it all on Jay because, you know, Beanie did a lot of bullshit that he did. But you look at the Outlaws. You can't blame Pop. Other than he died early, that they wasn't as big as they are. I mean, it'd be as big as they should be. But a lot of that shit was because 70% was because of Pop. The other 30 was on them. But you can't say that about a lot of them other rappers. A lot of that shit is like 50-40 of a lot of these rappers that were supposed to be big. And they just didn't get big because Well, I can say that it's actually lesser than that. You can't blame them because of like a nigga like Jay-Z. Like he didn't want them niggas to get big like that. He was stealing these niggas beats. He was taking shit from these niggas. They make hits, he'd take it. And that's why that shit bothered me when Dame Dillinger come out. Oh, nigga, we gave Pac the beats. Like, we nigga, you didn't give Pac shit. If you gonna say you gave Pac some shit, nigga, well, then I can say, and I know this for a fact, that Suge made you. If that's the case, Suge made you. He made you give all those beats to Pac. First of all those beats that Pac got, they said they gave these beats to Pac and all that. Pac made a 2-disc album that was a classic. He didn't just, y'all maybe had 4 or 5 songs, maybe 2 or 3 maybe songs on there. So what about the rest of them niggas? There's other songs on there that's way better than, not way better, but this is better. It's a classic 2-disc, 2 CD album. What are you talking about? Listen, My Bitchin' As a Rider is a hood anthem. A lot of pop shit that's crossed them over and made them big like that was shit that Dre made. Now, if somebody like Dre was this kind of say that, then we kind of can kind of look at that like, all right, we get that. But Daz Dillinger, nigga, you didn't like what songs that was classics, other than hood classics on that album. I told you got a lot. I check these people a lot. I try to check these people a lot of times because they be talking out their ass. You made Pac, and he crossed the line when he said, "Oh, we made Tupac." Like I said, none of these niggas was bigger than Pac even before he got to Death Row. These are facts. None of these niggas was bigger than Pac before he even got to Death Row. Daz Dillinger, Dog Pound, y'all was somewhat close to success, but you still wasn't bigger than Pac. And then Pac came over that bitch. He was the biggest thing. And Snoop was the biggest artist on that record label. And Pac took that bitch over. Just his presence. He made y'all niggas work harder. What the fuck are you talking about? You ain't never seen a nigga like Pac. He made y'all work harder. How the fuck you make him? Because you made beats? He got other classic songs, producers that made beats for him. What are you talking about? That had nothing to do with you. But you made Pac. You didn't make Pac. Listen, if Suge wanted to say, nigga, I made Tupac. I made Pac big. I made him like that. If Suge say that, can we kind of, are we really going to disagree with him? Is that a conversation? Yes. It's a conversation. But for Daz Dillinger, you're a beat maker. You're a Dog Pound dude. You're not even a rapper the way people consider you like that. Fuck you, or a producer. Now, you may should get some more credit, but you living off of the credit of what you did for Pac. Like, come on, bro. Listen, I always want producers to get their props, right? Of making hot songs. right? Making hot beats and production. Always want them to get their credit. But nobody wrote Tupac shit. Pac made that song. It's not you. It's not a producer. Now, a producer can say when they sitting there with a singer or they sitting there with a rap artist, the way they help them create the song, right? Like they writing words into shit and like, you get what I mean? Helping them ghostwrite. That's something different. But you're talking about a nigga like Pac. That ain't nobody wrote his shit. Ain't nobody and their mama ever said they helped Pac write anything. Not one word. What the fuck are we talking about? You nigga, you listen, you the producer, bro. You get your credit, but you didn't make Pac, nigga. He made your beat. Let's just be real. I'm sick of niggas doing that shit. I'm sick of motherfuckers lying and making up shit, talking about, oh, well, I made this. Nigga, listen, you made a beat. And it's a hot beat. But that rapper that didn't need nothing from you other than that, just that beat, you didn't help him with no rhymes or nothing. And you admit that about Pac. I said, Pac, beat that nigga. Listen to the beat. Okay, give me that. Play it again. One more time. But they say Pac go to the bathroom. Be in the bathroom. Come back. All right, I got the song done. Let's go. That was Pac. Nigga, you didn't make Tupac, nigga. Stop. You niggas couldn't even write faster than Pac. And Pac wrote. It was very rare that people seen Tupac freestyle. He wrote his shit. So for a nigga like Dame, Dash Dillinger talking about we created Tupac, we did, we created Pac. Nigga, you didn't create Tupac, nigga. Pac already came out of jail with some shit. He been writing. And then a lot of shit that he was talking about, nigga, he was having to write in the moment. Because he didn't really know. Because he was speaking on shit about niggas that he didn't even know he was going to be around. And he threw these niggas in his raps. Like, what are you talking about, bro? And these niggas are ridiculous. Listen, I call Jay-Z a stat packer. I call Jay-Z stealing niggas beats and shit like that. I get that. Stealing songs. I get that. And what I mean by that, he's stealing beats. He's not stealing these niggas raps in a way, right? He may be even stealing their courses. But I would never say nobody wrote Jay-Z shit. We talking about? If you want to call Jay-Z a biter, then I can get that. I can see that. But I would never say nobody. I can't say that Jay-Z is somebody that still, like, niggas wrote for him. I can't say that. There's certain niggas you don't do that to. You never heard that about them. You never heard that about Tupac. You never heard about Jay. You never heard that about Biggie. You never heard about that about Wayne. They are some of them niggas you have never heard niggas say, oh yeah, I was in the studio. I was helping that nigga write some shit. Bullshit. You ain't never heard that. You ain't never heard that. And they're the four rappers that I can vouch and say I ain't never heard no shit like that. So I don't give a fuck. Like I said, it is a different level of goats. Like niggas that's goats. Nobody's bigger than Michael Jordan. Nobody's bigger than Michael Jackson. Nobody's bigger than Tupac Shakur. Nobody. They goats, bro. A lot of these niggas that y'all see that y'all want to put up on these pedestals, these niggas are stat packers. They don't have the impact. They can have all the stats they want, but they don't have the impact. I think LeBron James is a legend. I think he's great. I don't think he impact the culture like y'all think. Even when you talk about Muhammad Ali, he a GOAT. I know I said Floyd Mayweather. I think he the GOAT. But at the end of the day, really? Overall? Is really Floyd Mayweather the GOAT? No. He's not. It's not the GOAT. It's still going to be Muhammad Ali. It's bigger than, listen, sometimes it's bigger than your occupation. It's your impact outside of that shit. Floyd Mayweather was a sellout, a coon to people in the black community. Like, come on, bro. You think about all these niggas that say they somehow they better than the GOATs, right? Think about LeBron. I'm not saying LeBron a sellout, because we look at Michael as more of a sellout than LeBron. But we're talking about skills. And that's where LeBron loses. He's not that better of a basketball player than Michael Jordan. It's just not. He's just not. I don't give a fuck what his stats say. He's stat packing. Right? So LeBron is probably that only motherfucker I'd be like, you know, nigga, we just don't fuck with you because that shit don't line up with the impact of who a superstar was, like a superstar basketball player is. Like, it just doesn't line up. You're not that guy. Right? You don't have that it factor. Right? And LeBron doesn't have that. I keep telling people, everybody talking about LeBron is great and all that shit. LeBron don't have the it factor. And that's why a lot of people like me look at him like, nigga, what? LeBron? No. No. Now you look at, but I don't think nobody ever put anybody over Michael Jackson. I don't think nobody ever disrespect Mike like that. I know they try to tear down his character with the child molestation allegations and shit, but nobody ever say a motherfucker better than Michael Jackson. Nobody ever say that. I know somebody say that, you know, R. Kelly is the king of R&B. He's the best R&B artist of all time. I agree with that, but nobody, I don't hear nobody talking about he better than Michael. I don't never hear nobody say that. So that's another one that you kind of gotta let be what it be. Right? Now, when you talking about hip hop, you got all these niggas bringing up Jay-Z, Biggie, Jay-Z, and all these other niggas. Like, no. The level of disrespect, none of them niggas are not Tupac. It's just not, is what it is. Like, it is what it is. It's not what y'all think. They're not Tupac. They're not on that level. Jay-Z, you look at his career, yes, he's a stat packer. He did what he did. And I'm not knocking his resume, but with him, like, do anybody even fuck with Jay? Like, is he really about the culture? But could you say that Jay-Z was more about the culture, even now in this thing, than Pac was when he before he died when he was, in his 20s. No. Just trying to tell you. So we got to go out. We got to go outside of the stat packing. It's about affecting the culture. Jay-Z doesn't have that. He doesn't affect the culture like that. That's why I said it's always even a conversation when you talk about DMX and Jay-Z in a way. I think Jay-Z might always win it because of he's a stat packer. But you talk if you want to do a versus, I don't know if Jay can win that. Let's be real. A DMX Jay-Z verse, I don't know if Jay can win that. Like, real talk. I think the only way Jay can get away with that shit is I think Jay did enough songs. Like, if you really look back at Jay catalog, because I was going back, and nigga, I looked at that American Gangster, because that listen, outside of the Black Album, and maybe the first Blueprint, they are my top 3 Jay-Z albums. The American Gangster shit, the Black Album, and the Blueprint, the first Blueprint. Listen, but you're not even counting the other shit that Jay did. But I'm just saying those 3 albums like that, off of them albums, yo, Jay shit like that too. Like, he got in the verses with a nigga. Like, it's shit that Jay got that you will forget that he got. And that's what probably make Jay special too, because he got some shit that will fuck you up that he got. And because we, like, when the nigga been around for so long, you forget what they got. And I went back and I listened to that motherfucking American Gangster. I was like, oh, I forgot about that damn song. And I love that fucking album. Like I said, that's my top. I'm not putting them in order, but the American Gangster, that Blackout album, and that motherfucking Blueprint they're my top 3 favorite albums of Jay-Z shit. And I'm just telling you, that nigga and those albums, because I went back and listened to all of them. Listen, it's shit in there I forgot that he had in that motherfucker. And over 3 albums, he probably can destroy a lot of your favorite rappers. Like, honestly, Jay got some shit. The only thing about that is, like, when you do them verses and shit like that, you want to do some verses, you gotta not be biased, right? Like, and it's very hard not to be biased in this day and age. But you don't be biased. Jay got some shit on that motherfucker, boy. You like, oh. See, listen, and the one thing I love about that American Gangster shit, I love that it's still kind of gangster, but I love that it's some grown man shit too. And Jay understood that in that album, and he did that, and that shit to me is a classic. Because a lot of old rappers can't do that. So Jay did some different shit that niggas can't understand. That American Gangster will go over a nigga's head. is one of his greatest albums to me. That shit will go over your head. You really got to understand where Jay came from. If you listen to all this shit, and because I grew up on these niggas. So I've been listening to Jay since the 90s. So you grew up on all that shit and you see what Jay did with that album. I was like, yo. That American Gangster shit was probably one of his greatest albums, bro. That shit was the soundtrack and the album. Like that shit unheard of. So like Jay got some shit. Don't get that shit twisted. I'm not trying to disrespect Jay. Like, listen, that's why I said like it ain't too many niggas that can fuck with Jay catalog. But I think if you put Jay catalog up against like a Wayne, a DMX, listen. If you're a biased nigga, yeah, you probably would pick Jay. But if you're not gonna be biased and you go for song on a lot of like a battle, I don't know. That shit might not be as clear of a winner for Jay. Because X got some shit. Wayne got some shit. Because you gotta understand, X came up in that same era as Jay, and then Wayne kind of still he was a young nigga, came up in that era, and he kind of Jay-Z was kind of his idol in a way. So he took some shit, and Wayne got some shit in his catalog that you know. I just think Wayne, to me, my opinion, might be different to others. Wayne is a stat packer. Wayne got shit in his catalog that you can go off his mixtapes, and he took niggas' beats and he rocked off on them. And you think that shit, he took that song over. That's the greatness of him. But at the same time, you gotta look at it like, come on, bro, you took a nigga song though. Right? So what Wayne in his catalog really got? Wayne came off as all the features that he did, all the mixtapes that he did, he still just came off as this, like a lot of Wayne best shit comes from mixtapes. The No Ceilings and all that other shit. DJ Dramas. Like, yo. But you talking about hits like that. Like, he got hits, but it's not no shit that you gonna be like, that shit can stand up to a Jay-Z shit. Like, nah. Right? Like, it's cool, nigga. But it ain't no, you can't stand up to Jay. Like, I don't think, listen, Wayne got enough hits the way he can compete with Jay. I don't think that he could beat Jay. Even, like, if you really be real, a lot of Wayne shit, if he did to play it in that battle, a lot of his harder shit that you'd be like, because it was better than a lot of his big shit, the shit that was known, people know, was off of the mixtapes. It wasn't like big hits. Like, let's be real. Or he did some shit with some other people. He featured more. Jay got that shit. That's why this motherfucker talking about who can really get in there with Jay-Z like that. No, you can't. Like, if you be really real about it, these niggas can't be in the same realm as Jay. Jay got hits. He don't got mixtape hits. This nigga got hits. Wayne got more mixtape hits than he got hits. Just being real. Let's just be real. So I say nah, that if Wayne could beat him straight up, nobody being biased, you know, you had people not being biased about the verses between them two, because you can't, like, if you don't be biased, you know that Jay-Z got a better catalog, better hits. But if you want to go off of, I mean, I guess you probably had to throw in Wayne hits from him rocking other niggas' beats. You know what I mean? Like, Wayne doesn't have them hit songs like that, or that he wasn't on, he featured on, or he wasn't doing mixtapes. He don't have songs like that. Not a lot of them. Put it that way. He don't have more than Jay. I'm just telling you that Jay got songs like that. That way, nigga, he got a song that where he got songs that where like it's just him, and it hits. The classics. And I don't think Wayne has that, honestly. Because I went back and looked at niggas' catalog, man. And I'm just telling you, it's not what y'all think it is. If y'all really genuinely be honest, niggas is not, they don't have that. Just being real. Wayne is great. He a legend, but he not no GOAT. And I just keep saying that. There's a difference. These niggas are not like that. It's like putting Wayne up against Tupac. Nigga, he don't have enough classic hits like that to fuck with Pop. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want to be real, I don't think that Wayne got enough hits to even fuck with Biggie in the verses. Like, you want to be real, like that's my new thing. I'm a do probably. Right, I come off, me and the family, we go on vacation. Probably in the end of July, maybe. I mean, the end of June, maybe the beginning of July. Listen, I'm gonna start doing a verses of putting these songs up, and I'm telling y'all, they're not like a lot of your favorite rappers. They can't live up to certain shit. Like what you think about fucking with other rappers that you think is great. They just can't. They don't have classic albums like that. They got some hood. It's a certain thing of hood classics, and it's a certain thing of hood and crossover albums where the shit is hood, like niggas in the hood fuck with it, but you know, they cross over. A lot of your favorite rappers don't have songs like that. Just being real. Motherfuckers get a little upset at me or whatever, but I'm just telling y'all, it's not what y'all think. It's not what y'all think, man. Do we want this nigga to finish off with what he's saying? Y'all want to hear the rest of what this nigga Kevin Gates is saying? This nigga's a bozo. He's sitting there looking like some old Uncle Tom buck dancing nigga. Try to act like he on some mature shit. Listen, I'm a grown ass man, bro. Listen, people dress the way they want to dress. When I go out, a lot of times I dress casual. Don't get me wrong. No matter kind of what it is too much. Right? If I know I'm going out, I usually dress casual. I don't need to wear no suit to everything, bro. Nigga's just a goofy man. I don't like this nigga, but anyway, let's move on.
I do.
Oh shit, hold on. Oh, hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Turn this shit on.
Left channel, right channel.
All right, let's get it in.
Being honest. But I don't really too much like if I be wrong, my antennas go up.
You be feeling away.
No, it's just because of where I've been at. Because I grew up in them environments.
Yeah, for sure. No, that makes sense. I get it.
First of all, it doesn't make no sense to a certain extent. Listen, I don't give a fuck where I'm at as a black man. I can be in the hood amongst niggas that where I grew up amongst niggas. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. God damn it. My wife probably called me because my truck probably done. Give me a second, y'all. All right, we're gonna be up out of here because I gotta pick my truck up. I told you my alternator went up, so I gotta go there and pick my truck up. My wife on her way back to come pick me up. But yeah, what I was saying. What the fuck was I saying? But hold on, let's get into it. Let's go back a little bit. Maybe I missed something.
Well, I will say this.
Where it happened at the club? You at the club? A bunch of.
Peacock is the streaming home of Dogman.
This just
Where's Dogman? You at the club? A bunch of. This what did go down.
Where I grew up.
Yeah, but think about it. You notice. I'm gonna leave this. He's only because this nigga's he's an embarrassment. This nigga Kevin Gates is an embarrassment, and he's a hypocrite. Think about this, y'all. If you know this shit is happening, where you go to clubs and there's black people there, a whole bunch of black people there, why go? Huh? Listen to me, people. I don't go to clubs. No one I don't go to clubs because it don't matter if you black or white at that motherfucker. Some shit can go left in clubs. People get drunk, they get intoxicated, shit happens, right? That's not a black thing. But let's just go off his narrative. Why are you hanging around? Why are you in black clubs? You know this shit can happen, but you still take your goofy ass there. I'm not going nowhere where I know some shit gonna happen, and then now after something happened, and then now I want to bitch and complain about it. You already knew it was gonna happen. You knew the fuckery was gonna happen, but you took your goofy ass there for what? Listen, people, I don't go to clubs for a reason. I don't go to strip clubs for a reason. In the strip clubs, I don't go to strip clubs not because of the violence. I don't go to strip clubs because I don't like to see my moral principles, right? Or how I perceive shit. I don't like to see women like that. I just don't. I just don't like to see women like that. I actually feel a certain type of way about that. So I don't go to strip clubs. I don't go to clubs because dumb shit happens. He not lying about it, but why go there? He said, well, I should be able to go there. Well, nigga, take your ass to a white club. is every time some black niggas in the club, and you know some fuck shit gonna happen in that black environment of a club, and you still take your ass there, then nigga, you can get mad at them niggas all you want. You still part of the problem. Because you keep taking your goofy ass there. Oh, you know why you continue to keep going to them same type of clubs? It's because you can't have fun in them white clubs without the niggas. Regardless of the violence. Take your ass to the white clubs. They got white clubs. They got white strip clubs. They got white clubs. You can go to them motherfuckers, nigga. Ain't no whole bunch of black people in that bitch. Nowhere compared to it. Go to that shit. But you can't go to that. Because in fact, it don't fit your energy, right? You need niggas. You need us niggas. You want to be around niggas. Come on, bro. This shit is ridiculous. I don't like this nigga, man. Because some fact that he's lying, he's a hypocrite. You got a problem with these clubs, you got a problem with the culture, you got a problem with all that, but you still continue to go to it. You got a problem with it, don't go to it. Even if a motherfucker don't go to it no more, then stop complaining about it. You don't go to it. So what you worrying about what happened in the black community? Why? Has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. You ain't a part of the community. You don't go to the club. It's like me. I don't go to none of that shit. Why I give a fuck about that? The only reason I care about it is because I don't want black people hurting, shooting, and killing each other. That's it. But it's a way I do that. The way I explain that, the way I talk about it. But I don't get to sit there and criticize some shit I don't go to. And then think about it. Imagine this goofy nigga. He goes to these clubs and then complain when shit go left. You already know it's gonna go left. So why go? Huh? Oh, what you gonna tell? Is my freedom, my right to go? I thought you was smart. You don't go nowhere where you gonna get hurt. Or where your life is in danger. Who does that? Are you really a street nigga? Because even a former street nigga like me know better not to go to certain spots. If I know some shit gonna be on some bullshit, I'm not going there. Nigga, or if I do go, I'm gonna be well protected. But even if I go there and I'm well protected, I still know some shit can go left. See, that's a real street nigga. Some of these niggas are not street niggas like that. They live a lifestyle, they so dope or whatever, and they think nigga, I was about street life. I lived that lifestyle. My niggas know that. I lived it. That's why a lot of my niggas get mad at me now. Don't want, or niggas I used to, my niggas I don't fuck with, or they don't fuck with me. Either way, how you look at it, they feel a certain type of way. Because nigga, I don't want to be part of that. Because if I gotta be a part of that, then I gotta act that way. I gotta live that. I gotta live that lifestyle. I can't pretend that. I can't pretend to be this street nigga and I'm not. I can't do that. That's not in me. Because when I lived it, I lived it. So I don't get to pretend that shit. And these niggas pretend. These niggas, this nigga, you worth millions of dollars. You still want to go to these motherfucking black hole in the wall, these niggers, right? Clubs where the niggas is. You still want to go there for what? But you go there and none should happen to you because what? Because of what? Nigga, you don't live in real reality. Just because you made it, yeah, some people are going to be happy for you. But there's going to be some niggas that hate and want to see something happen bad to you. That's life. The fuck universe you live in. You thought, because you made it, nobody want to see you bring harm to you. Well, you hang around motherfuckers that don't want to bring harm to you. That's how it goes. The world don't even work like that, nigga. Why I can't just go there and just have some fun? What? Unbelievable, these goofy niggas. And people be like, oh, they just forgot where they came from. It's not that. A lot of that shit, it's not really that. These niggas are sellouts. They're selling us out on purpose because they know better. Trying to tell y'all, man. Remember I was telling y'all earlier, I said, excuse me. Excuse me. I told y'all, I say, when it comes to my family and shit, yo, I get why they don't want to be around me, nigga. I'm not that different than who I used to be. That's why I get to move around in my fucking city the way I move. Right? Or if I don't want to move that way, I can move wherever the fuck I want to move. I don't disrespect my people. I respect the game, nigga. I respect the street shit. The shit is what it is, and you ain't stopping that. I can do all I can do or try to stop it and do whatever I can do, but there ain't enough of niggas like me to stop it. So I only can do what I can do. That's how that goes. These motherfuckers sitting there acting like shit's supposed to change. Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here, man. And then these niggas, they side with people that say they're gonna fix some shit, but ain't nothing in their community or any other community change. Niggas still sell dope. Niggas still gonna commit crimes. They did nothing. All that buck dancing and cooning and shit. And nothing changed in your community. Where you from? I know in my community ain't nothing changed. Trump got in office, all that gooning and buck dancing niggas did, ain't nothing changed in my community. Nothing. Niggas is still in the hood, bro. That's real talk. They just lie all the time, yo. And these niggas, it's all about money. But let's move on.
Shots waking up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, so why would I put myself in that situation? Anywhere I gotta be and have a gun, hey, I don't need to be there. God bless me.
Right.
Now, if you don't feel like, hey,
First of all, listen, as a black man, this goofy nigga, he talking whatever he talking about. So he's just trying to act like racism don't exist either, or racists ain't out here. Nigga, listen, my honest opinion, I believe I should be everywhere with my gun when I leave my house. I don't give a fuck where I go. Because I respect society. This whole notion is nigga in some weird ass society. No, nigga, society is what it is. It ain't just black people. I ain't scared of black people. You scared of black folks? Oh, my antennas go up. Nigga, my antennas go up if I don't know you. I don't give a fuck what color skin you are. See how that goes? And I ain't the black nigga that say I don't see color. Because I actually see color. But I don't give a fuck what color skin you are. I don't know you. My antennas go up because I'm a real street nigga. I come from being a real street nigga. Not saying I'm a street nigga, but I come from being a real street nigga. So that's how my mind work. Your mind work only on niggas, huh? It don't work with them racist white folks, huh? Okay, cool. Let's move on. Only niggas. Every time you see a black person, your antennas go up. And how you know everybody that you interact with, your antennas go up and they black? Why your antennas go up because they black? He tell on himself. He anti-blackness. They're talking about my antennas go up when I see. You think I'm like, hold up, let's go back and listen to what he said. My bad, I think I went too far back.
Making my way downtown, walking fast.
Commercial.
I didn't like.
That's
What
real.
they told
Let's
them, you know what's
listen to
worse than they was like, what? Another one?
Ooh.
We kill each other all day. The song I kill you, bust your head, you know, and then we talk about each other behind each other back, and then as soon as a white person kill
But
one,
he the same nigga. You talking all this shit, right? He the same nigga that's sitting there doing that same type of black music. Think about that. I gotta go, people. My wife here. I go pick up my car. She probably won't come and go to the bathroom though. But you get what I'm saying? This nigga's a fraud. I want to get to that point he said. Hold on.
us, y'all should have left him. Y'all should have let him live. Why? So we could kill him. That's all.
Yeah. That's,
Be jumping up and down, hollering, talking about, man, Black Lives Matter. Who do they matter to? Even the songs you listen to, you ready to hear about talking about he gonna split. Because I like that type of too now. I like to get they top popped in a song. I do. I'm being honest.
No, mind you, they all sitting there laughing at him. These are the same people who you take serious like that. This woman, she's sitting there. I don't know who she is. And then former basketball player, Paul Pierce, they sitting there laughing at it. It's a game to them. Nobody pushing back at him. No, my wife, she telling me to come up. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Leave your comments. Hit that like button. Support your boy. It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Peace and love to the world. I gotta go pick my truck up, y'all.